All right, so as a disclaimer, I just want to let you guys know this isn't going to be one of those videos where it's some dumbass showing you a website you need to go to and you got to check off some requirements, download apps. This ain't nothing like that. Think of this more as like a tech tutorial because I'm going to walk you through setting up the environment that you need to accomplish this, as well as the actual tools and applications you'll need, and then the process that we use to get our infinite gems or money or etherium in DRAGONVALE. Okay, so y'all just bear with me. As further proof that this is not a scam or anything like that, I recorded this video and realized that I didn't record any of the audio. That's on me. So I'm actually going back and dubbing over all of this. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. So the first thing you need is preferably a Windows computer. I think there is a Mac version, but we need the Windows computer to download Nox. This is going to be like our virtual workspace. And it just kind of emulates a Android phone. You could use an Android phone that is rooted, but I'm not going to show you how to do that in this tutorial simply because I don't own an Android phone, and I feel like this is just more accessible to people who don't want to root their Android phone. But yeah, basically you just go to that link that I'm showing you on the screen right here, and you'll click the download button as I did, and then you're going to get this exe file. I already have Nox downloaded, so I'm not going to bother walking you through how to click the exe file and install it. It's super simple. You do it like any other program. You'll just say yes when it asks you to say yes, and then it's going to open up once it installs. We're just going to sit on this screen for a while. It just gives you ads, free program. We'll take it. When that finishes up, we're going to get in our little emulated workspace here, basically. And then we're going to go off to the right-hand side in a bit. I think I was just kind of explaining what Nox was here. We go to the right-hand side. We're going to click that little icon right there that my mouse is on. And once we click that, we're going to get to the part where mine is going to look different than what yours will. I have Nox Player and Nox Player 1 because I've already done this in Nox. But we're going to go and click that Start Emulation button or New Emulation. We're going to click Android 9. It's going to be the option in the middle. And then it's going to download, and that's going to get us Android 9. The reason we want Android 9 is because we need that to run GameGuardian. I don't know why. It just runs better there. And then we're going to click the play button. That's going to start a new instance of Nox. Once this occurs and, we have our second Nox player, in my case, a third one, because again, I've already done this. You can close out of the other instances of Nox like I'll do here in a second. But yeah, so next step is just opening that new instance. You can slide down. You can close out the other instances. And then pretty much you're just waiting for this ad to finish up while this loads up here. Usually takes a minute. Just nature of virtual machines. If you've ever worked with them, they take a while. They're a bit goofy. But yeah, we're just kind of waiting for that ad once again. Should be like any second. Cool. Okay, so now that we're in here, I believe the next thing we do here is we just make sure that we're rooted. So we go up to the little settings icon, and then you'll go down to general, I believe, what I do here. Yep, and then you'll check the little box that says root. You'll check that. There's not really any other settings that you need to edit in there. I was just looking through, confirming there wasn't anything else that came to mind. And then you'll hit that. It'll prompt you to restart. It will restart Nox. And then, yeah, we're just kind of waiting again. So, I mean, this whole process is a bit lengthy just because of, the hoops you have to jump through to get the workspace set up. But once you have everything set up, from here, it's pretty much just, installing GameGuardian, and then just making sure that, you do give it super user access. That is one of the most important parts of this, just so it has, the permissions. But now that your Nox is opened back up, we're going to go to this website. This is going to be the official GameGuardian download. This is what we need to actually manipulate the values in the game and get the gems or whatever other resources we want. Just get it from this website. Normally, Nox kind of blocks it, but there's going to be a bypass to that. You're going to hit that download button. You're going to agree to that. We don't got time to read all that. And then you're going to make sure that you click the version that says it is for Nox or BlueStacks, the bottom option on the screen. You're going to download that one. Once you download that one, I'll show you how to add it in Nox as well. You can do this from like your actual preferred PC browser. I'm not doing this inside of Nox. It's just easier to do it outside the browser because I think, like I was saying, Nox blocks the internal use of it. So like the app's actually gonna like rename itself and everything once it gets in there. But yeah, we're just gonna let that download. Then I'll show you how to add it back into Nox after we have that APK file. So yeah, we're heading back to Nox here. We go and find the little plus icon, I believe, and then as you can see, I'm just kind of looking through my files. Go ahead and grab the GameGuardian APK. And it's basically just going to like walk us through installing the app. It's going to give us two icons. It doesn't matter which one you use. It just gives us two for a reason that I don't really know about. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting for those. We'll click one and we want to do the bottom option here, the 64. We don't want 32. And this is just going to take a bit to like unpack and install and do its thing. And then we're going to get a prompt here in a moment. To give super user access, you want to click where it says this time only and make sure that you change it to always remember this choice or remember this choice forever. Remember choice forever. Yeah, okay. And then you'll allow it and it's going to repeat us through this again because like I was saying, it's two separate downloads. So we're just waiting for this to kind of do its thing. So we'll give that a moment and regroup. This does just kind of take a while for no reason. Yeah, so I'm not really going to cut the part out. Just I don't want to confuse anybody. That's mainly why I'm leaving everything in here. Because I know like when I was looking these videos up as a kid, I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, we'll give that a moment. So yeah, I mean, basically at this point, we're just kind of confirming that all this is good. All those permissions are good. We want it to be able to do anything. Just so it has the necessary permission to do what we want it to do. And then it's going to walk us through this process again right here. We click remember choice forever. So it's always a super user for the second copy. And then it starts up here. So we'll just hit OK. I'll kind of walk you through this in a moment. But we're going to close out of that for now. And then we have to go get DRAGONVALE. Because that's what everybody's here for, right? So we're going to go to that App Center logo, which is just kind of a way to route you to the Google Play Store. You can close out the ad there, and then you'll just type in DRAGONVALE, goated mobile game, 10 out of 10. Takes you to the Google Play. It's going to ask you to sign in here. I'm not going to show this part for obvious reasons. But yeah, once you sign in, it's going to take you right to DRAGONVALE. You'll hit the install or download button, and then that's just going to do its thing. So again, we're just kind of waiting for that to finish. Finishes downloading, and you know, it's kind of wrapped up there. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit just so you know. But yeah, you could just kind of go over, hit the play button right there. Though we'll probably close back out of it here because we need to start up our GameGuardian first. So you can just click the GameGuardian icon. Once you do that, there'll be a little start button in the bottom right. You'll click that. And then that'll bring you a prompt in a moment after we open DRAGONVALE asking us what we want to link GameGuardian to. So little icon up in the top left, we're going to click it in a bit. It's going to take us to the default screen. Then we're going to click DRAGONVALE at the top of this list, just because that's what we're trying to edit here. And then we're just going to wait for this to load. It usually takes a bit when you first start it, and it's okay if it crashes the first few times and you try to load DRAGONVALE. No sweat there. The first time I did this, my game crashed like 15 times consecutively. So don't get discouraged if it crashes or think it doesn't work. I wouldn't even bother restarting Nox or the PC. I mean, just dug it out for, you know, a dozen tries if you have to. Sometimes it's just a little iffy. If you really like get hard stuck, I mean, you can reboot. But just give it a chance. It's going to take a while. All right, and then we're just going to kind of speed through this portion right here. I'm fast forwarding just so we're not sitting here for an ungodly amount of time. This is already a 10-minute video, but that's just because I didn't want to cut anything to like help you guys see what I'm actually doing. We're just going to get in the park here. It's going to ask us to make a new park. We don't want to do that. We're going to go to switch park. And then here, I would say it's best to have your account linked to a Google account, just for easy access, and you can get in just like that. As you can see, I have a park with like 9 million gems, so just kind of further proof that this works. And this is going to take a long time because when you log into your park for the first time on another device, it takes hella long to load. So I'm a fast forward this again. I am going to warn you guys ahead of time that when I do the like value change the first time, I kind of mess it up. So I'm going to like give you guys some clarification here. Or actually, I'm probably just going to re-record that part real quick, and then maybe I won't have to dub over everything. So I'm actually going to re-record that part real quick. And I will be back in a little bit once this finishes, just so that there's no confusion and, everybody understands what's going on. Nobody's lost. Because that part was a little confusing there. I messed it up just because I was doing it off memory, and I goofed. But yeah. Would be like more professional, I guess, if I just re-recorded this portion for you. But we're picking up right where I left off. So we're in our park. We have GameGuardian open. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the little GameGuardian icon. We're going to route it to DRAGONVALE. I think I already did that in the video. But so the easiest way to do this, just to get gems, is you're going to go to the market. You're going to go to the dragons section. And then once we've done that, we want to filter by the galaxy just to make things a little easier. Or, you can type solar flare up here if you want. But we're looking for the solar flare dragon. We're not going to buy that dragon. You can buy it with the gems after the fact if you want. But we're going to hit the pedestal. We're going to pull up the pedestal, right? 335. So the way GameGuardian works, just to break it down, is it lets you search for values inside of the game. And then once you've identified the values, you can alter them. So before we go searching for the value, we want to click these question marks. We want to click the blue one down here with that menu, the Q word. And then we are going to type in 335 and hit new search at the bottom. It's going to give us just a couple values. The reason we are doing the Solar Flare Dragon's pedestal specifically is because, as you can see, there's not a lot of values marked at 335. If you try to do something like, I don't know, just like a pedestal or a dragon that costs 1,000 gems, there's going to be so many results. The results aren't going to load up all the way. And you can see that each result is kind of like, it's assigned like a variable here, right? So in the game, I'm assuming this is just like the value or the ID that it's assigned. I don't know how to differentiate between those. I haven't played with this tool enough. I don't really know too much about pointers trying to find the values. So I just do it this way because I just want gems in the game. That's what you want, right? So we're going to go to the icon to the left of the search. We're going to click this little pencil icon. This lets us edit the value of it in game. So you need to have at least like 1 or 2 gems for this to work. You also need to have the Solar Flare Dragon available, or something with a unique enough value. I would just say Solar Flare. It's just easy, right? So we're going to set it to 1 for our purposes, because we can't change it to a negative amount while it's still in the store. Otherwise, the game's just going to crash. Or when you buy it, nothing happens. Because when you change it to a negative value in the store, it just converts it to 0 coins. So we're going to do that. We've edited the value. We're going to X out of here. We're going to X out of there. Go back in. It's now 1 gem. So we're going to just place that literally wherever. It does not matter. Now at this point, we're going to open this again. The value has been reset already. So we're going to search for 335 again. And it's going to narrow it down a bit more, right? So now we're going to go back to this pencil icon. We're going to change it to negative, and then however many gems you want. I would say it's probably not wise to give yourself a ridiculous amount of gems. Like I tried 99 billion the other day, and every time gems were spent, the game crashed. I'm just assuming that's because like the game's not supposed to process that many gems. But it didn't flag the account or anything. The account still works. So it's not even like a risking getting banned type of thing. It's more like it just doesn't work well. So for our purposes in this video, I'm probably just gonna give myself 1 million. And then we're gonna save that. Okay, that's 100 million. I don't want that. Let's just do negative. Yeah, I can't count, guys. Sorry. But yeah, we're gonna do negative 1 million. And if you watch my gems here, you'll see it went up, right? It's that simple to get gems. You can also do this with like pretty much any other resource. I mean, there's not really a point to do it with treats or to even like try and identify a value. But you can do the same thing with coins. So like, I already have this here, right? So I'm not gonna bother going through like buying it in the shop and then doing the buy another thing. But we'll just search that value because it's so unique. 122, 112. Okay, it found that. So we're gonna edit that and just make it like negative. Let's do just like 1 billion, I guess. And then we'll buy another. Watch my amount there. I'm currently at 955 billion. The amount went up to 956 billion. So this method works. You can do the same thing with Ethereum. As you can see, I have 99 billion of that. That doesn't inhibit the game in any way. I think it's just gems that you can't have a ridiculous amount of. So the way I did that, I believe, was like I bought I want to say an air dragon, or it might have been a habitat. It was like some weird odd value. You just kind of have to find a value that like there's not too many options of, and then you can do the same thing that we did for these. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. If you guys have any questions or anything's like confusing you, just leave a comment. I will try to get back to it. I'm not really trying to like go viral or anything. I just wanted to make the video just because like I know I would have liked someone to have made this video when I was younger. And Lucky Patcher's kind of like not really a thing anymore. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't touch nobody.